Okay guys, so we have built another tool, this time called SERP Curate. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use that in just a second. Now, what you can see here is I've got 6 different Gmail accounts in here. And what I want to do is, what I want to show you here before I go and start a project, is what we can do with this particular tool, because when you see each one of these Gmail accounts, if we expand on these, you're going to see that it's got multiple YouTube channels connected to every one of these Gmail accounts. Okay, so if I just click up here to this button up here that says expand accounts, you can see I've got 6 accounts here right now. If I expand the accounts, now I've got 74, and what the tool has done is it's opened up every single channel. Okay, every single channel has been opened up between those 6 Gmail accounts. So I've got 74 accounts. Okay, it's very important I've got this right now, because this is where we are going to syndicate a playlist that we are going to create in one click. Okay, let's come back over into the home tab over here. You can see I've got SERP Curate tab here in the top left hand corner. This is a full version of a bigger software called Curate Alpha. Previously it was called Social Traffic Alpha, and then we renamed it to Social Playlist Alpha, and out of nowhere I decided let's change the name, because basically it's doing a lot more with curation than just simply YouTube playlists. We've taken it a lot further, so I thought it was more apt to change the name. So if you've got the old Social Traffic Alpha, and if you have got the newer Social Playlist Alpha, as a customer, not as a bonus but as a customer, if you've bought those either of those tools, then what you need to do is connect with Stephanie, and we will reset your license, and I'm going to give you an extra license key for one more computer. Okay, that gives you an extra license that you can give to a virtual assistant. Now when I show you what I'm going to show you now, you're going to want to get that copy, that extra software license, that extra 1 computer license to give to a virtual assistant. Let me show you why. When we come in here, you can see this little tab at the top here called SERP Curate. Okay, we've got another one here to the left of it called Single Playlist. This does 1 single playlist. Okay, this does multiple at one time. What is it? What's it doing? Okay, basically it's getting Google or YouTube to curate the playlists that we are going to put our video at the top of. Okay, so for example, I want to go and create, I want to target a keyword like WordPress SEO, for example. Okay, I've got a WordPress plugin, I've got a video for it on YouTube. I want that video to go and rank for the keyword WordPress SEO, for example. Okay, right? What I can do then is, with the software, I can go, I'm just opening a single one, I can go and put in my video URL here. I can choose how many videos to add into the playlist, and whatever I choose here is going to choose the top ranking videos in YouTube. So if I choose the top 20, it's going to give me 21 videos, okay, with my video being at the top, and it's going to take the top 20 ranked videos. And what we're doing then is we are curating the search results, but we are putting our keyword on top. Now what's more powerful than doing that is being able to do bulk keywords at one time with the same video. So what we're going to do is we're going to take information from this document that I've been putting together. Okay, I've got a separate screen over here on my right hand side. It just helps me when I'm doing these videos. So when you see me dragging and copy and pasting from the side here, you know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, right now what I have done is I have put in here my spin tags for the keywords, okay, for the title, sorry, for the playlist, because it's going to be creating 74 different playlists. Remember, we had 74 channels. Okay, it's going to create a playlist in every single one of those channels. So what I need to do is make sure I'm using spin tags for my headline. You want to make sure you have done this correctly, because I did this the other day and I don't know why, but I had got a curly bracket on one, a square bracket on another one, and I made a mess of it, and it came in the search results. It was showing up in the search results with this weird looking spin tax that I had to go and correct, which fortunately I could do in one click with the software that I'm working on right now. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're putting in the spin tax for the title. I've got all my tags here ready, comma separated. We will find some more in a second as well. I've put all my tags one per line in here as well. I'll explain why in just a second. I've got tags put into hashtags as well, as you can see here. And then I've got my authority video, the video that I'm going to put on top of every one of those 74 playlists. I've got my video title here, and I've got the URL of that video here, which we will go and take a look at before we actually click the button to go and create these playlists, okay? Because we want whatever we're using here for the settings, for the tags, for the keywords targeted, we want to make sure that our video is optimized for those as well. So we're just going to do a quick double check before we go and create them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the title, okay? And the reason I was showing you the document here is because I'm going to give this sort of fill in the blanks version of that document for you to use with your own playlists. Okay, so whether you want to do this manually or whether you want to do this using Curate Alpha or SERP Curate, as we're going to do a launch with the smaller tool, just the SERP Curate, then you want to get a hold of this probably, okay? Put my tags in here. Alright guys, so I paused the video there because it was getting a little bit repetitive for me filling in the blanks, and it was just taking up too much time in the video, so I cut part of it off so that I could just show you what I've done here. So a couple of rules of thumb for your description is to put in your title again at the top of your description. Now this works better when you're creating, like I'm doing, like 74 different playlists, because I'm going to get a different variation of that spin tags at the top of the playlist description, okay? Secondly is we want to get our main keywords in the first sentence of the description as well, okay? Third, we want to put a call to action in the first 3 lines, okay? So I've got all of that in here. And on that note, I'm actually building a brand new YouTube SEO checklist Chrome extension. We had one before, we're doing a better one, and I'll be giving away a copy of that to everybody as well. Now, to be able to get that Chrome extension and the fill in the blanks template that I use for creating these playlists, whether you want to go and do it manually or whether you want to use SERP Curate or Curate Alpha is entirely up to you, but you can still do it manually. It will take a lot longer, but the fill in the blanks template will help you to be able to stay on track as you're doing it. Okay, so both of these I'll give away inside a blog post that I will do over the next sort of 48 or 72 hours, depending on how quickly I get my checklist back from my coder guy. And you can get a hold of these, which will cover things like optimization tips and tricks for YouTube and for playlists as well, for videos and for playlists. Okay. Okay, so what I've done here, I've got my keywords in the first sentence, I've got a call to action in the first 3 lines, I've made sure that I've got variations of that title in this first part of this the actual playlist description as well. Okay. What I've done as well, I have put my tags in here. You can see I've written here tags, okay, and you can see I've written here hashtags. I'm just going to take that out, just put that there for the purpose of this video to explain what we've got going on here. So I've got my tags, comma separated. I've got my hashtags here. We don't need too many hashtags, okay. Between 3 and 5 is usually enough. I've done a lot more. Don't forget your hashtags should be no spaces and should be all lowercase. Okay, we don't want any capital letters in here. Okay, my tags are in here again. Okay, my YouTube URL is here. Now this is where it gets interesting, because I've got 11 different keywords to search for right now. Okay, 11 different keywords. Now I need to have 74. I need to have 74. If I've got 74 channels and I'm doing 74 playlists, I need to have 74 different keywords, okay? So it's a little bit of a challenge here, but I'm going to show you a very, very simple way to do it, okay? And here, when we get down to this section here, the number of videos to add, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top 14 or 15, okay? And that will give me whatever number I've put in here, plus my own video. In this case, it would give me 16 videos in the playlist. Okay, 16 videos will be in the playlist. I can still name the playlist the top 15 WordPress SEO plugins, for example. Okay, and I can use my video in that kind of instance like an advert. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what we are doing is we are associating our video that has got the same kind of keywords in the title as what we're using with these searches here, which is really crucially important, right? And it's basically building the relevance up because we are associating it with the top ranked videos. So we're getting Google and YouTube to curate the playlist with the top ranked videos that it believes is related to each and every keyword that we're going to create a playlist with, and we're putting our video at the top. Okay, it works, and you will see rankings by doing this. Now this is just taking it into another level. Okay, this is putting steroids on the strategy. That's what we have just built here now. This is the first time I'm using this particular version of it, where we have got this little tab here that says add multiple accounts. Now when I click on that, I can select all here, and that brings in all 74 channels, okay, where we're going to be posting to. And to make it even better, we can auto add the titles of the playlist items. Okay, so obviously for the keyword WordPress SEO and for the keyword phrase WordPress SEO plugin, we're going to get different results from YouTube search results. Okay, what this is going to do, just by checkboxing here, it's going to add the titles of the playlist items into the description of your playlist. Okay, so you've got to leave space in here if you want to add those titles, and you've got to be aware of this as well when you're deciding how many videos you want to add into your playlist. Okay, between 10 and 20 should be fine, should be enough. Okay, and what it's going to do is going to take, in this example, 15, the top 15 ranked YouTube videos for each one of these keywords that we're using here is going to be added into the description, to the correct playlist description. Okay, so that's giving us even more power. Now we're getting somewhere. Right, now what I can do is I want to expand on this. I've got 11 keywords to search. It's not enough. I need 74. How do I do it? Well, there's a couple of ways that we can do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these keywords that I've got here, and I'm going to go over to my little tab over here that says Keywords Suggest. Now, I would normally do this before, and what this is going to do is going to give me back very, very closely related keyword terms to the keywords that I've got in here. Okay, very, very closely related terms. If you want to do this manually, if you don't have access to this particular tool, Keyword Suggest, what you can do is you can come over into a tool called Suggest. It's a free keyword tool from Neil Patel. And if you just search on Google for Suggest from Neil Patel, what you can do is you can put in one keyword at a time using this particular tool, and you will get results back as you can see here. Okay, you can see suggestions and you can see related. Do not choose related because you're going to find some strange results come back, like picture search and photo search. It's got nothing to do with WordPress SEO. What you want to do is choose just the suggestions part here. Okay, and this will give you very, very closely related. Okay, and you can see here we've got 68 keywords that we can use here. So that's where you can get some extra keywords. Another trick that I like to do is to use another tool of mine, which I've got inside TubeKit, and this will go and search for questions around a particular topic. So what I can do is put in the keyword WordPress SEO, click on the questions here, and it's going to pull back all these questions, and you can see here I've already filtered through these and found the questions that are more closely related to what my topic is about. Okay, so we don't want to take just any because it's roughly related. We want to try and get it as relevant as possible. Okay, so things like, how does WordPress SEO work? Now, if we did a search in YouTube and we put my video at the top that's talking about optimizing WordPress with a plugin, it kind of looks like an advert. It does fit in. It's relevant to that particular content and to the search results. Okay, maybe not as closely as WordPress SEO plugin, because that's what it is, literally. Okay, but it's closely enough related that it's not going to look out of place. It would just look simply like an advert. Okay, in other words. Right now, what we can do then is we can bulk up the keywords that we've got in here for our playlist. Let me just pull this back up here. So I've still got 11 keywords in here and I want to expand on it. So what I've done, if I just pull over my document again, you can see I've pulled in 44 relevant keywords that are questions around WordPress SEO that I got from my software, okay, from the TubeKit software. What I can do in here is I can take away the numbers. This is why I like working with Google Docs. It's so easy to work with. If I want to go and capitalize these, I can capitalize them or capitalize every word, or etc. It's all very, very quick and easy. It's a fantastic free tool, the Google Docs. So what I can do is I can put those keywords in here, and it's going to pull the answers back and put my video on top. Okay, so I had what, 46 on top of 47 on top of 11. That's 58 keywords. Another way I can do it is to use another tool, which I'm actually going to put into the Curate Alpha software suite. Okay, and this is called Longtail Pro. Okay, now Longtail Pro is a tool that I'm going to use right now from another one of my tools here. It's called Livestream Alpha. Now I will put this particular tool, this Longtail Alpha tool that you can see here in front of it, I will put that into Curate Alpha because it's kind of needed. Now if I put in my original 11 keywords in here, you can see I've got them here. What I can do then is I can start to separate them. Now if I look at the main sort of keywords that I've got in here that I'm going to put in the middle, I only need 2 of these. Okay, there's WordPress SEO and there's WP SEO. Okay, that's my seed keywords. Right, now what I can do is I can take those other words, the modifiers, and I can put them at the end. Okay, you can see it says suggest locations. This is good if you want to put in a whole bunch of locations. Like there's 1,500 or so cities in California, for example. You could put in all of those locations here. What this is going to do then is if I click on preview here, you will see it's doing a combination of the words in here with the words in here. So we got WP SEO tool. I'll click on preview again. WP SEO plugins. You can see what I mean? Okay. So what it's going to do is going to mix these up. It's going to do combinations of these. Okay. So if I've got 2 here and I've got 5 here, that gives me 10 different combinations. 2 times 5 is 10. So I need to expand on this. Okay. Now what we had was 11 keywords using a combination of WordPress SEO and WP SEO with these. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some modifiers at the beginning. So we can put in keywords like top, best, and I can take all of these again, and I can just simply put in here 2019 like this. Tools 2019, plugins 2019, etc, etc. Now what we can do as well is we can also use numbers, okay, and we can also use brackets too. Right, now what am I talking about? Well, if you do a list style headline, you've got something like 36% more chance of your video, of your content being clicked on, okay, from the search results. If you use brackets, you again have another something like 38% chance increase of getting the click. Okay, so if you do a combination of both, that's really optimizing your titles. So what we can do here is, because what I'm going to do with the playlist is I'm going to take the top 15 results, okay, from all of these different keywords. So what I can do, if I can find my tool, what I can do is I can put in here top 15, best 15, or just 15, okay, like that. So I've got top 15 WordPress SEO tools, plugin, etc., etc. Let's click on it and see what happens. 15 WP SEO software 2019. Top 15 WordPress SEO tool 2019. Okay, so we need to be careful of the grammar. So maybe we don't want to have like singular in here. Maybe we want to just use the plural, okay, which is fine. Software becomes softwares. Okay, so let's do that again. Preview. Top 15 WordPress SEO plugins 2019. Preview 15 WordPress SEO softwares. Okay. Now what we can do here is we can put in some brackets as well. Okay. So we can do like here where we've got 2019. Do like this. Okay. Now why the brackets work, I'm not quite sure, but there's been studies done. I think it was Outbrain that did that. Okay, if you have a look on backlinko.com from Brian Dean, you will see that he's got a blog post there. You can even search for it in Google about what makes content viral. Okay, he's done it with real data. They've done some analysis, and this kind of thing has come up. Okay, so what we got now, we got 2 times 2 is 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's only 36 different combinations. I need to play around with this a little bit more. So what we can do is we can take these, best 15. Okay, I paused again and came back. Okay, so what I've done now is I put in here 5 different keywords at the beginning, modifiers, front-end modifiers as I call them. We've got 2 seed keywords, and we've got 2 seed keywords, sorry. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Is that 9 or 10 here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we got 5 times 2 is 10, times 9 is 90. Okay, 90 variations that we've got here. I might want to take one of these out. If I took one of these out, just cut this so I can put it back if I want to. Okay, we've got 4 times 2 is 8, times 9 is 72. Okay, I've got 72 different headlines in here. Okay, so that will do me fine. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to click on Save the Changes. And when I click on Save the Changes, you will see here it starts to say how many modifiers, how many videos, and if I hover over it, tells me that's going to be enough for 72 posts. I can export all of these combinations. Okay, 72 WordPress SEO for SERP Curate. Okay, now what I want to do is make sure I can find it somewhere, which I've done on the other screen. Okay, copy that. Now I can come back into my software, SERP Curate. I'm just going to take this back up to the top here. Okay, I'm just going to copy paste over the top of them. There's 72 different variations of keywords in here. Okay, maybe I want to expand on this at the top up here as well. And I can do some curly brackets. Top best recommended, and I can do it again. 15. Top best recommended 15 WordPress SEO, WP SEO, plugins, tools, software. That's good combinations there. We've got enough uniqueness. Now what's going to happen is if I click on to add the project, it's going to start immediately to create these playlists, which is going to be a little bit chaotic to watch, and the reason is that I'm using double verification on my YouTube channels, okay, and that means I've got to sit here with my telephone. This is why it's better to get a virtual assistant to do this for you, okay. I need to sit here with my telephone and I need to verify every time it logs into one of those Gmail accounts, okay. So I'm not going to do that right now, but you will be able to see the results, and I will do a part 2 of this video on a blog post, and on that blog post what I will do is I will give you access to the Chrome extension for the 2019 version of YouTube SEO checklist. What I've done this time with that checklist is I've taken some info from different websites, from different experts who have done analysis, data analysis. So this is really scientific stuff that they have figured out. I'm just curating it together, okay. I'm doing some curation so that we can put that together in a format that we can put into a Chrome extension, so you can just keep it at the top. You can activate that extension whenever you're doing some optimization, okay, unless you've got a tool like Kit, for example, which has all of that built in anyway, and it will tell you and keep you on track, and it will score you as well. So what we can do then is give that away, and I'll give you an idea what it looks like as well, because you can see the older version here. You can see the title optimization, okay, and as you're filling these in, you can see your score gets scored in here as well. It's not quite as in depth as Kit is, because Kit does a lot more, but this is still pretty good. Okay, now all of this has been updated right now. I'm just waiting for it to come back, the 2019 version, okay, and it's going to look like this. So you can get a hold of that for free when I do the blog post with the part 2 of this video, once we have got the results from doing these playlists, right? So, and I'll give you the fill in the blank template as well for doing your playlist, so you can see exactly what you need to have ready before you get started. That way you can just keep moving forward without any interruptions. So we got 74 selected accounts, we've got 72 I think different variations of our keywords in here. So what I'm going to do just quickly is I'll add in an extra 2 here, and I'll click go. I'll come back in the part 2 and we will cover the part 2 in a couple of days once I have the blog post up and the Chrome extension back. Thanks.